Okay, we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
We're live!
Well, I'm not alive. That's a completely different story.
Well, you should do something about that. You should fix that.
I should fix being alive?
You should fix not being alive by coming alive. Like a zombie.
How?
Except you're not dead, because you're not allowed to be dead, so...
All his
Not
meddling has
really a
cost me a
zombie.
fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. Oh, if
Zombies
Ripto were
are not
here,
strictly
I'd give him a
dead,
piece
they're
of my mind.
undead.
Yeah, well, you can't be undead unless you're dead
I was a
first.
champion
So you can't be a zombie,
University.
because you're not allowed to be dead
Still know a
first.
few moves. Take
What
that.
about a vampire?
No.
You're also not a vampire.
Because vampires are a form of the undead.
I mean, you told me that I'm a bat, so maybe I'm a vampire, but you're certainly not a vampire.
Then what
Hey,
am
didn't
I?
we see this scene before?
Yeah, but then, like, there was a whole issue where...
Alright, you blue screen, didn't you?
Where the
Oops.
game kind of did a thing, and then, like, my whole computer went poof, and then...
It went boof.
And then I fell asleep.
What is it? Brett Kavanaugh?
Wow.
What? You said boof.
Ah, for Pete's sake.
Isn't that the thing he wrote in his whatever?
Do you expect me to remember? That was, like... a year ago.
I expect that he's still on the bench, and so we can't afford to forget. That's what I think. That's what I expect.
What am I doing? Oh right, I need to go pay money to a capitalist scumbag.
Jeff Bezos?
No, a different capitalist scumbag. And whoever you're gonna mention, no,
Elon Musk?
a different capitalist scumbag.
I mean, I can keep going. Is it Zuckerberg?
A different capitalist scumbag.
The owners of Walmart. That family. Is it Wahlberg?
A different capitalist scumbag.
Oh, but I named so many in one. Okay. Trump.
This capitalist scumbag.
I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you.
I'm like, which capitalist scumbag does that resemble? I don't know.
Mr. Monopoly.
You
No.
won't regret it. Okay.
Mr. Monopoly is way skinnier.
That looks climbable, like the one to my left here. Just jump onto it and you will grab it with your claws. Use the left stick to move up and down. Press
Have
the
to
jump
pay
button
to learn
again
how to
to leap off.
climb things.
You could also jump sideways onto another climbable area.
How rude. What a rude capitalist. Capitalism's rude.
Now I get to go back and
Two.
finish the first world.
Oh, I was hoping you would say Back to the Future. Oh, that's a shame.
Sorry, the world has no future.
True. Actually, that reminds me. I don't know where July went, but suddenly it's near the end of July, and Umbrella Academy is coming out with season 2 like
In a week.
next week,
Yeah.
and I
can't wait.
What the fuck? Where did July go? And in conclusion, we started rewatching season 1 yesterday.
Umbrella Academy's really flipping good.
It is.
Last month, my best friend messaged me. They're like, oh, should I watch this?
Yes.
And I'm like, yes. And season 2's coming out end of July, and they're like, okay, so I'll just wait until season 2's out so I can binge watch both.
I guess that's an approach if you've never watched the first one.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
It's not long, just interesting.
I said wrong. Hey, remember this? This was the first one.
I don't remember anything.
I think you remember the dragon's name.
Spirulina?
Now you're
Spirulina powder.
Now you're just being willfully obtuse.
I'm not being obtuse. I'm being willfully incorrect.
I need 10. Okay, we need to murder 2 more people.
Murder? What are you, a cop? Are you a bastard?
Sorry, the military-industrial complex is in the 3rd game. Right along with skateboarding.
Okay.
And that's not a joke.
I believe you. It's just funny. Do you get to hurt the capitalist later?
Which capitalist?
Do you get to damage capitalism?
Kind of.
Yes! Okay, that means this is a good game.
Wait, is that in this game
Thanks
though?
for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I was afraid we were gonna have to cancel
No,
tonight's baseball game.
I forget. I know in one of them you do, destroy, or harm capitalism. I just forget if that's this one or not, or a different one. Because he's a slightly reoccurring... Capitalism is a slightly reoccurring character.
What a shame. Capitalism's bad. We should get rid of it.
Is it? Which one did I... Missing exactly one gem. Are you serious? Okay, where is it?
It's hiding.
Why, yes it is. You're not wrong.
I'm just also not right?
That's kind of what these gems do, is they hide. Yes, climb the ladder. Ah, that's where it is. It's hiding in the tall grass like a Pokemon.
Did it attack?
Yes, it used, crap, what's Meow's signature move? Payday.
Okay.
What?
I said okay. Nothing. There's no what. I said okay.
You're judging.
Yep. And my score is 10 out of 10. Good job. Congratulations.
I want a cookie.
Well, I mean, I can make cookies, but I don't think I can send them to you.
Why not?
Because they'll go bad by the time they get to you. And I'd have to pay shipping costs, and you know, shipping's just not something I want to pay for.
Send them faster.
Hmm?
It'll go bad. Send them faster.
Send it faster?
Yes, send it faster.
I said shipping's not something I want to pay for. You think I want to pay for express shipping?
Yep.
Okay, I'll strike you a deal. If you pay for the shipping, maybe I can send you cookies.
With what money?
With the money at your soon-to-be new job.
I don't have one of those. They fired
You
me.
have a soon-to-be new job.
They totally fired me.
No.
How do you know?
Because nope. Have you actually been fired from a job ever?
No. But I've only held like 3 jobs in my entire, 4 jobs in my entire life. So that's. I'm not
So that's still a no.
It's not many.
Okay. It's still a no. I've never been fired from a job, but my brother has. It was the dumbest firing because he never should have gotten hired in the first place. My brother, one who at like 30 years old was still putting aluminum foil in the microwave and plastic wrap in the toaster oven, got hired as a chef somewhere. He got hired as like a cook. Yeah, they fired him because the only thing he knew how to do was apparently fried rice. Which is not really shocking. That sounds entirely like my brother, but I don't know how he managed to convince them to hire him in the first place.
That's like if somebody tried to hire me as a chef.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that.
Hire me as a chef? I don't know either. I'm an idiot.
I mean, more to the point, if you have no sense of smell, you also lack a crucial component of your sense of taste. And if you lack a sense of taste, you're not going to be a very good cook.
Wait, you're supposed to be a good cook?
Supposedly.
Collecting my money. Now here's the question.
Where's the question? I don't see a question.
Where's the last thingamadoo-wop?
Thingamadoo-wop?
Yeah, don't you know what a thingamadoo-wop is?
Nope. I have no clue.
It's a close
Wanna explain?
It's a close relative to the thingamajig.
But more jazzy? Less jig, more jazz?
Less what?
Less jig, more jazz.
Sure.
I mean, if you say jig, I'm thinking of like Irish dancing. And if you say doo-wop, I'm thinking of jazz, so.
Sure. Where's the last? Oh.
Oh.
Ha-ha!
Most impressive. Please take take this
Congratulations.
thingamajig as a
Hey,
token
thingamajig!
of everlasting gratitude.
He said thingamajig.
Thingamajig?
He's,
Thingamajig.
the old turtle man said thingamajig.
But I thought you were looking for the thingamadoo.
It's a close see, but I was looking for a thingamadoo so I could get the thingamajig. That's why I said it's a close relative.
Okay, but if someone gets my brother, that doesn't mean they get me.
But maybe it gets you on the path? Wait, where's the last?
Please explain to me an instance in which getting to my brother would mean someone is on the path to getting to me.
Heck if I know. That requires logical components that I don't seem to have any day of the week. As I am not a logical person. What? Am I wrong?
You have some logic. Once in a while.
Where are the last gems? Huh.
Your turtle friends will make a very good soup. If I can catch them, you can try to save them if you like. But I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Well, time for some turtle soup, I guess.
Turtle soup?
Yeah, this penguin wants to make turtle soup, and we want to stop him from making turtle soup.
Then why are you making turtle soup?
Kicks?
So you saved a few turtles.
Why are you kicking the turtles? That seems really rude.
So that they don't go in the soup.
Okay, but then you're kicking them. So does that really help them?
Well, it gets them out of being in soup.
Okay, but then you've kicked them. That's rude.
They have shells.
You shouldn't be so mean to the turtles.
Oh, after hockey, mean things happen.
I thought their hockey was supposed to be relaxing.
Oh, right. The nice, calm, and relaxing sport of hockey.
Yep. So calm, very relaxing. Everyone's super chill while playing.
No one's ever angry.
Never. Never ever.
Aha!
Rats, you saved every turtle on the beach. Here,
I
take this.
saved the turtles
Gonna
from the
use it to buy
soup!
potatoes, but now I
Good
don't need it.
job.
And so apparently now the chef doesn't eat potatoes because there's no turtles.
So you saved the turtles from the chef?
Yes.
Then why is he the one paying you? Haven't you just gotten in his way of making soup?
Look, you don't question the logic of the video game.
I will question if I want to. I will not necessarily get a satisfactory answer, but I will question if I want to.
Look, Satisfactory is a completely different game. We're not playing Satisfactory, we're playing Spyro.
Hamilton reference, but you're not gonna get it.
Well, because Hamilton sounds confusing.
It's really not at all confusing.
Life is confusing. How is it not confusing?
It's very straightforward. It's a play with some songs about really shitty people, also known as the Founding Fathers. There are shitty characters, and then they sing songs about how shitty they were. Sometimes it's framed as a good thing, and other times the show just reminds you that they were really shitty.
If you get on the catapult,
Interesting.
we'll help you across the chasm.
What?
I don't know. Like I
That's
said,
interesting.
I don't know anything about the play, other than that it exists.
I mean, it's not that it's about the play, it's about the people.
And do you think I know really much? Do you think I really know much about the people? I was brought up in a private Christian institution. We weren't taught about the Founding Fathers.
Well, seeing as you're Protestant, I don't think you were taught about the Founding Fathers religion either. They would like to tell you that it was not founded.
Watch.
Because your religion is completely unfounded.
Oof. Really there.
Are you tired of me yet?
Are you tired of making these burns all the time? Just because I'm a dragon doesn't mean you can burn me.
Yeah, it means that you won't. You should be fine.
Man, you're just digging that knife into the religion.
I mean, mostly into organized religion, because I know less of jokes. But also sometimes religion in general. What can I say? I'm currently wearing the Ace, my Ace joke shirt of being Satan's mistress. I'm wearing it right now.
I still need to eventually get an ace ring.
You should do that. Just as soon as you recheck your ring size, since that seemed wrong to you.
Since that didn't go too well the first dozen times.
What do you mean doesn't?
I said what I meant and I meant what I said.
You've tried it a dozen times.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'm just fibbing. You don't know.
By fibbing, you mean lying.
Why do you talk
Because
to
it was
me?
confirmed on a prior stream. Sharky is a confirmed lying liar.
Then why do you talk to me?
Because I can. What about it?
Well, if I lie so much, you shouldn't talk to me. You really shouldn't deal with liars. Other than the musical instrument.
You think I know how to play fucking liar.
Maybe?
No. No, I do not.
Maybe Satan knows about musical instruments.
Yeah, but remember, the devil is behind rock and roll.
And a fiddle, apparently.
I guess I better get on
There,
that.
Spyro.
No, he cheats
Thank you, Spyro.
because he's not good.
He's not good enough to not lose a fiddle made of gold after summoning a band of demons.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty impressive. So you having fun in Animal Crossing over there?
Yep, I am. Thanks for asking.
Have you managed
Having
to...
a blast. I've dug up 4 clams.
4 whole clams?
Yeah, someday I'll get to the achievement for digging up clams.
For what?
There's an achievement to dig up 200 clams.
Well, if you dig up 4 every day, that's
I'm currently at 178, so you know, slow but steady.
that's not that bad.
Not bad.
You got a few more days left in you.
Yeah, just a few, and then I'm gonna die.
That's not allowed, because you need to host a stream.
You own Arcade Spirits.
Yeah, but I don't own our file.
What's that? I should send you our file right now.
Nope. Because you should just continue hosting like a good, cat. What do you mean? What?
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Give guided tour. Great.
Don't lie. That's my job.
You're a confirmed liar.
That's why I said that's my job.
I'm an unconfirmed liar. You can't prove it.
Can I prove anything?
You can prove some things.
I don't think I can prove anything. Like, I can't prove
You're
that.
just asking for another religion joke.
Like, I can't prove that Kingdom Hearts makes sense.
That's because it doesn't.
You have saved us all.
No one can prove that Kingdom Hearts makes sense. Because Kingdom Hearts has tried to prove that it makes sense and it has failed. Actually, I'm not sure it's really tried.
I would never claim that Kingdom Hearts has tried to claim it makes sense. Kingdom Hearts does its thing, and then it continues to do its thing, and people are like, why did you do that? And it's like, because I wanted to. And then people are confused, and that just continues to happen.
Sounds about right.
And then Kingdom Hearts is like, hey, you know that thing like 4 games ago that you're confused about? Here's an explanation. And you're like, but why are you giving me an explanation now? Why not 4 games ago? And they're like, because I wanted to.
I feel like you almost make Kingdom Hearts sound like Ashley, and that's really funny.
Ashley.
Yeah, you know, like when you voice Ashley for Arcade Spirits.
That's not high pitch enough.
Okay, but it's close. Sort of.
But I mean, that's basically what happens. Like, that's the whole reason the 3DS game kind of exists, is because I wanted to.
Just because. Just for fun.
I mean, they threw in flippin' time travel. And then explained a plot point that nobody cared to bring up from the very first game. And then the demo for 3 happened, where they tried to explain away why Mickey was shirtless in the first game.
Truly things that nobody asked about, nobody wanted to know.
most people were like, ah, okay, retcons. Makes sense. Nobody, like, we knew that Disney just didn't want them messing with Mickey in the first game, so he was shirtless. Okay, whatever. That's fine. And now he's not shirtless anymore in most of the games. Whatever. It happens. But then they were like, nope, we have to explain exactly why Mickey had no shirt on.
Something that truly everybody was just dying to hear about.
Exactly. But they felt the need that they had to tell you exactly why you needed to hear about it.
Uh-huh.
And look, that whole thing probably makes just as much sense as the last two Kingdom Hearts games that came out. And this is from somebody who flippin' loves Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm. You do.
I will admit it. Kingdom Hearts is idiotic. Nobody should really play Kingdom Hearts.
Isn't that why you like it?
Oh, exactly. I love the idiocy.
It's not so much as you'll admit it, as it is that you'll brag about it.
Oh man, the fact that it's so stupid is the most wonderful thing, because you're like, why does this happen? We'll find out in 5 games. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe
no.
not. You know, who knows?
Well, it does seem to be a quote-unquote rule that the creators have, in that everything must have a logical explanation. And by everything, I mean literally every scene in the entire game, even if it doesn't make sense, or can be retconned away, it has to have a logical explanation.
That sounds a lot like everything happens for a reason, which in itself I don't believe in.
Do you think I do?
Nope.
I'm from the religion that tries to wave everything away by saying, God has a plan.
Yep,
Where is the last gem?
that is your religion.
Where is this flipping gem?
Supposedly you believe in that religion.
Yeah, but there's a lot of debates on a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there it is. Well, like, the whole, free will and predestination is a huge debate.
Uh-huh.
Like, do we actually have free will? Or, like, does God just know that who's gonna become Christian, who's gonna not? And, like, that's just it, and we don't get to choose. It's just, well, no, I put you on the path to be a Christian, therefore you're going to heaven. It's a weird thing.
It's a thing that people claim
And
because they like to feel good about themselves without actually putting in the work to do anything.
And I will not claim to know both sides of the argument because I am not somebody who sits in a chair and studies the Bible 24/7.
I mean, it's okay. You don't need to study the Bible to understand that. Because I thought it wasn't in the Bible.
Well, okay, the whole predestination thing has a few verses that people say claims it exists.
Uh-huh.
Like the whole God has a plan thing. Heck if I know. I am like, if everything is predestined, that's kind of stupid. Because, like, why? Then we're basically just, nothing we do matters.
That's a whole different kind of existential crisis.
Yeah. And I don't want to get into that existential crisis. I'm good.
I think usually people don't choose existential crises.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think I've chosen, personally, existential crises. I just
End up having them?
might have them.
Well, you shouldn't have them so much.
Well, as I said, I don't choose it. As I just said.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have them so much. Oh, right, I need to go into the village. This one sucks.
Oh, yeah?
So basically, in the village,
Our village is being overrun by lava
eggs
lizards.
fall from the
Can you
sky,
get rid of them before they
and
eat my little
we need to
buddies?
go to each
I'll lower
egg
the bridge for you so you can
as
get over
it's
there.
hatching and kill the creature that hatches from the egg. And they hatch in a certain order, and the first round of it's not too bad, but then the second
So
round
this
happens.
means I have two questions for you. One, are you ensuring that they actually hatch?
Yes.
Or are you allowed to kill them beforehand?
They have to hatch.
And two, are you a Republican or something? Are you a pro-lifer?
No.
You get the joke?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well done, grasshopper. Take this shiny,
Okay, as long as you got it.
found to aid your journey.
Look. We're not killing unborn life. They're born when they die. Can't be Republican.
That's exactly why I'm asking you.
So this one's
Pro-life. Pro them being born, so that they can die miserably.
no. Nope.
Nope.
Yabba dabba dabba dabba. Nope. I hate this one.
I think you've gone from me wondering if you're a Republican to, are you a Flintstone?
We are in the life of the Flintstones right now.
But are you personally a Flintstone? Because that's not where you're from.
Yabba dabba
Thank you for helping us
Scooby-Doo.
against
Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Yabba dabba Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
That just reminds me, I feel like this was an episode, and I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. But I feel like I've heard about there's an episode of the Jetsons. Well, I died.
There's one episode of the Jetsons.
Where they go into the future and
No, you
meet-
stopped already. You don't get to continue. You already stopped. There was one episode of the Jetsons, okay.
Where they go into the future and meet the Flintstones.
Wait, the Jetsons go into the future and meet the Flintstones.
Yes. I said that right, yes.
And here, I thought we were done talking about Umbrella Academy.
I don't think I really have seen any trailers from the second season. So I have...
The first season is called a trailer for the second season.
Okay, but like, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I just have to make that comment. Yeah?
So I don't fully know anything that's gonna happen, if even any of these trailers show anything. Heck if I know.
I forget if there even is a trailer, and honestly, I don't really care. If there is, I'm not gonna watch it, so...
Because, like, just watch the second season.
Exactly. I already know that I'm gonna watch it, so, like, there's no need to watch a trailer for it, basically.
Murder the flying cat.
Why are you murdering cats? It's not nice.
Well, they're shooting fire at me.
Rude.
Hey, look, the game is telling me to. This is not my choice.
I believe that's called the Nuremberg defense, and I believe that's been debunked in court as a valid defense. So... Well, what else do you have to say for yourself? Since that's not like a legally viable defense.
I'm not. I'm a dragon. Who cares about legal?
Oh, so you don't care about the law. You don't actually care about it applying to you. So what you're saying is, you're a cop.
Are dragons cops now?
I mean, that's what you're saying.
Dragon? When did I'm a dragon become I'm a cop?
When you ceased to care about the legal consequences that would normally apply to the actions that you're taking to commit violence against others.
I don't know how to respond to you some days. I hope you understand that.
I understand the words that you're saying, but I don't understand the sentiment.
Why? Because you assume I shouldn't talk to you?
Hmm?
I said why? Because you assume I shouldn't talk to you?
No, I assume that by this point, you should know that the correct answer to what I said is ACAB.
But I can't say that. There's a word in there I don't use.
Okay. What you can replace it with is all cops are butts. It would still be ACAB. Just like some people use WTF is what the freak.
Do people do that?
I did when I was a kid. Back in the olden days before I swore. Can you imagine?
And before you drank too.
Yes, well, I was like 13, so I better not have been drinking at that point.
Some try.
Look, I fully developed past puberty before I started stunting my brain.
How do I manage to do that? Get past puberty.
Continue living. Continue living.
That sounds hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, you asked for the answer. I didn't say it would be easy.
You should make up easy answers.
Well, I guess the easy answer might be to take hormones. Or that might increase puberty. I don't. Actually, I think I've heard that trans people taking hormones basically experience a second puberty, and that sounds like it sucks, even if it's worth it.
See, I don't even fully remember puberty. So...
I feel like... well... I wanted to say puberty wasn't that bad for me, but that's not exactly true. But I want to say that it's more that high school sucked than that puberty sucked. But I also used to get really awful cramps. But on the other hand, I don't know if that was because of, or if that stopped because puberty ended, or if that stopped because I started taking birth control, which helped.
I wouldn't know.
Like, at this point, I have an IUD, and that just pumps me with a steady supply of hormones so that I don't get periods and I don't get cramps from periods.
How do I do the thingy?
How do you do what thing?
I need to get the bone. Oh. I think I
How do you
saved.
answer the phone?
No, I need to get the bone.
The bone.
Yes.
Well, first you become a dog, and then you sniff, and then you dig.
No!
I said become a dog, not a cat. Are you a cat now?
I'm surprised. Surprised you didn't say cow.
No, because you're a nya.
Yeah?
Meow. Meow.
Well, I died, so...
You're not allowed to die.
tell that to the dragon that I am.
Hey, Spyro, you're not allowed to die.
Well...
Quit doing things you're not allowed to do.
he got better. And then he's probably gonna die again. Aha! I got the bone.
Thank you, Spyro.
Good job.
Now I can put my
Hey, heck!
Please take this as a token.
Hey, hello, Ace.
A fairy
Ace,
was here
buddy.
with me a little while ago.
So I think this is... what's gonna happen now is one of the few changes I actively remember them doing in the game.
Oh.
So we collected these bones, and it was so that he could build the skeleton back up.
Okay.
So the skeleton dances.
Spooky, scary skeletons. You know, the funny thing is that my character in Animal Crossing is currently dressed as a skeleton. Skeleton buddy is me.
Well, he does one of the dances that I feel like got popular.
Yeah, the flossing thing.
Whatever.
He does disco.
he does a
He's doing
flip.
the disco pointing and the flossing.
Um,
Floss, I think it's called.
I feel like that's one of the only changes that they made in this game. To be
Yeah, I've
slightly...
been asked to teach other people how to do the flossing thing. Kind of taught someone, I think. Sort of.
More news! Did you go super
What?
vegan?
Wow, Heck has such an exciting life.
Way more exciting than me. That's not too hard.
Well. But what's the news? What's the news?
Did you go super vegan? Or did the vegan power...
Shadow?
Did you say anything that has a shadow?
Does indeed anything that has a shadow, yes. There was a Simpsons joke about it.
Sure! I don't know anything about The Simpsons.
It's also been used as a meme after that, so... Oh, wait! Yeah!
Yeah, you mentioned it last time! That's why we're asking if you're super vegan!
How's the veganism going?
Yeah! Is super vegan like if Superman becomes vegan?
Yep, let's go with that.
Breeze Harper. What, I did? Yeah, you did! I don't know if that was last Friday?
I think it was.
But I do remember that.
I think it was because I think I was all
Playing Animal Crossing. As you normally do.
I don't normally play Animal Crossing or streams. I just have been now. Because you're hosting, so that means my hands are free to play Animal Crossing.
So that means when you're hosting, I should play more games?
No, because when I'm hosting, that usually cheating, which means you still have to pay attention to what's on the screen.
You think I
When
pay
you're hosting
attention?
community stream, I don't have to actually read anything. I can just chat.
You think
And that means that I can have my eyes on a different screen.
But that's good that it's going good.
Yay!
Excuse the mess, Spyro. We are currently
Veganism is hard.
My best friend is not vegan, they're vegetarian.
That's also hard. Because I like meat. But, I mean, veganism's better for the environment. So, good on you. I'm tired and Sharky is even more tired.
I was napping for a bit.
We started late because Sharky was asleep. I was also late, but I was less late than Sharky, who was actually hosting. So it's really down to Sharky was asleep.
Look, for one second I remembered it being 9 o'clock and saying, oh right, stream soon. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call from some person named Satan.
Am I in your phone as Satan?
You have been for a few years now.
I mean, I know I am on Facebook.
No.
for you, but you put my contact info as Satan.
Oh, for a few years you've been Satan in my phone
hilarious.
book.
That's hilarious because I think on Facebook I was the one who said it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Satan. Hi, Satan. Yes.
Hello. Satan is me. I think you missed when I was talking about this new shirt I got, which is an ace joke, because I am Satan, but I also got a shirt called Satan's Mistress, because I, as an ace, am my own mistress.
Other than that, I know for me, I was also slightly talking about earlier, I might be trying to get an ace ring.
And I told him he should do it.
Which, is interesting because, like, I wear a Fitbit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I wear it on my dominant hand.
Mm-hmm.
Or my dominant arm. So will the ring be.
Apparently not normal.
Yeah, well...
I
yes.
used to do that, and then people kept asking if I'm left-handed.
Well,
So, the last time it broke, I finally switched.
So, and Fitbit even has a setting where it's like, are you on the dominant hand or the non-dominant hand? So, like, Fitbit don't care.
Yeah,
It's
but
just,
everyone else didn't care.
it's,
I kept getting questions about that.
nobody is...
Honestly, it just kind of got to a point where I think one arm or one wrist became less thick than the other wrist because I think it was like restrained by the Fitbit or something. So mostly I switched to actually just even it out.
Wow.
Yup.
So, well, nobody's actually questioned me about that. It's just kind of like, yep, yeah, nope, it's on my right arm.
I don't know. People ask me a lot.
I remember when I got it, my roommate was like, why is it on your right arm? Like, watches normally go on your non-dominant hand. I'm like, because I don't care.
Spyro, here's that orb.
And I'm more likely to honestly remember to put it back on if when I charge it, if it's on my right arm, because it's my dominant one. I'm using it and needing to look at it more.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, piercings.
What? Piercings? Ooh. I've actually been thinking that because I have like normal one piercing on each ear in the normal spot, right?
Yeah.
I've been thinking I want to get another ear piercing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I had been thinking that, and then, as Heck just said,
COVID happened.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get piercings. I wanted to get a haircut. I wanted to get my hair at least like professionally dyed again.
I was able to get a haircut in the small time that it was open. I don't know
Over
if
here, the window was supposed to open for haircuts in mid-July, and then they pushed it back like a week before it was supposed to reopen.
I'm gonna nose
My
ring
salon
and
was very disappointed.
2 piercings in the ear. Ooh.
What part of your ear?
See, I couldn't do piercings.
I mean, ear piercings are. Mostly for ear piercings, you just have to take care of it. Nose ring, I know. My roommate has a nose ring. And the one thing about nose ring is you always have to have it in because it heals really fast.
Really?
Have it in for fucking forever. So,
Really?
like, she has to put it back in immediately if it comes out.
Wow.
You always have to have something in it. So, that's the only warning about a nose ring.
Interesting.
It looks cool though.
If that's what you want, that's cool.
Yeah, she's mentioned it before, like, when her nose piercing comes out, like, she has to put it back in immediately. Because if it is even, like, overnight or something, it will...
That is crazy.
Now,
So I think she's had a couple close calls with it, in fact.
See, that makes me more like, at least for the nose being, other than like, I don't, it's just, being like,
And
nope, I'll forget.
I think it bleeds more or something. I don't remember exactly. But I think if the nose ring comes out, you're more likely to bleed at least. Whereas like ear piercing, if I took it out for a couple days, it would be fine. I know my mom had ear piercings, and after years they closed out. But oh, you're built different. Okay. I didn't know you were also a... Wait, no, I can't say also a... because actually... So, I don't know. Okay. I don't say that to say that my roommate is bad. I say that to say that my roommate is also a... Just to be clear.
This sucks.
But
Sorry,
what
I may
part
go-
of the room are the piercings in?
I may go a little silent so you guys just have a nice conversation.
Why are you going silent?
Because this part sucks.
Okay.
And just because I'm a silent person.
You are not a silent person. Ooh! I got a new bug in Animal.
Oh,
New bug. Yeah, I got a horned elephant.
interesting.
And the joke for it is, I think it's a little small to rock.
Funny. But yeah, heck, where are you gonna get the ear piercings? Like, what part of the ear, I think was the question, right?
Mm-hmm. Because there's lots of different kinds of ear piercings.
All I know is that, like,
All you know is, Okay, so. Regular ears pierced on both, but
I'm a sucker for the pain. No thanks.
I mean, ear piercings on the lobes don't actually hurt that much. It basically feels like a very strong pinch.
I'm
The left also add a ring piercing above the regular. Oh, so like a second lobe piercing. Is that right? That sounds cool.
See, I'm not a fan of, like, that still's like, no thanks. Ugh.
I mean, you're going no thanks at the concept of it because you expect it to hurt.
Yes.
It actually doesn't hurt that much. So you're actually based on a lie. And you shouldn't live your life based on lies.
That's how it's worked so far, right?
You're just begging for me to make more version jokes. I mean, really, just begging for it.
I was with tattoos, and now I have 4.
Ooh. Wait, what are your tattoos?
I'm gonna be spinning in circles for so long.
And around, and around, and around, and around, and around, and around.
Hey, Saiyan, does Saiyan have a tattoo?
I do not have a tattoo, but I went with my roommate last November, I think is November, and she got her first tattoo, and it's incredible. She got it from this really amazing artist who was visiting from Korea, and so he drew her a brand new design based on some reference images that she sent on like the kinds of things that she likes, and it just looks so cool. And I think I named her tattoo Queensy. So now she has a tattoo named Queensy.
I do not have a tattoo. Oh!
I was considering a tattoo after she got back because it's really cool. But I think if I did get a tattoo, it would probably be a really small one in a fairly hidden place, like the back of my neck behind my hair or something.
Gosh dang it!
Wait, but what are your tattoos, Hack? I want.
Yeah. Definitely say what your tattoos are. I do not have a tattoo either. I don't know.
Trouble with the trolley here. Use the left
Very extended sigh.
It's a sigh built out of anger.
Of anger.
Out of going.
I thought you controlled yourself so you don't get angry.
Don't get me started.
Why not? Let's get it started. Ah. Let's get it started. In here. You don't get that reference, which
I
is
know
extra.
that it's a song. I know it's a song.
It's a song.
I don't know who it's by.
I think it's by Black Eyed Peas. You know, the artist that you specifically mentioned before, not knowing about.
And I don't know what the song's called. Heck, I hope you're happy watching me go in circles for like the next year.
I mean, we're just hanging out and chatting. I mean, it's fine.
Answering tattoo questions.
I mean, I want the answers to tattoo questions. Tattoos are pretty cool.
See, I'm the boring person that I have nothing.
I mean, I have normal ear piercings on each ear. But I would like...
I have the dark mark
Ooh!
from Harry Potter. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Are you a Death Eater? Wait, does this mean you're a Slytherin? A
And the
basketball court on the back of your arm. A rebel sign from Star Wars. Nice. And Black Mirror. Oh, which Black Mirror sign?
I'm trying to think.
Watched all of it.
I'm trying to think of what signs there are in Black Mirror.
Yeah, I'm also Slytherin.
Gosh, dang
Which
it.
means J.K. Rowling hates us, but she also hates trans people. So I mean, we're in good company.
What was I again?
You?
Was I majority Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw?
I forget. Did you take the Pottermore one?
Pottermore I was Ravenclaw. But I know
Okay.
that I remember taking another one that was like also being like, yeah, but you're also like a majority
Yeah, he was pretty Hufflepuff.
pretty
I think
Hufflepuff.
out of the houses, he would probably be Ravenpuff or Huffle.
How am I so Hufflepuff? Heck,
'Cause
please
you're-
explain how I'm so Hufflepuff.
In the same way that I keep saying, you're harmless. We've been over this. You're harmless. And again, the two of us make one complete person. 'Cause you're a Ravenpuff, and I'm a Slitherdor.
Wow.
He can't be Cedric. He's not allowed to die.
Yeah, Cedric dies pretty quickly
He's introduced,
just to die.
kind of. At least others that die, like, last more than one book. Actually, I forget. Was he in the other book?
Nope, he specifically started to be mentioned at the very, very, very beginning when they when they're about to go to the Quidditch World Cup. When they meet up with his dad, they're like, "Oh, hey, this is Cedric. he's blah 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 in Hufflepuff, and it's like, oh, cool, you go to Hogwarts. And then he dies.
But I'm curious to know Heck's interpretation of how quirky you are.
And then he's used as a reason that Harry almost gets a girlfriend in book 5. With the one of a few Asian people in the entire school?
I think what you meant to say is the Chinese girl with 2 last names.
Does she have 2 last names?
Cho and Chang. They're
Was
both
he
black.
mentioned in the 3rd book? I don't remember that. Oh, he might have been mentioned during a Quidditch game in the 3rd book.
I remember so little about those books, honestly, at this point. Like,
I do not have...
I gave up on J.K. Rowling well before the turfy shit, so...
I remember enough that I'm able to get through a lot of conversations about, like, what happens and stuff like that. I don't remember the fine details.
Well done, Spyro.
But basically...
Catch up, Satan! Sharky remembers, and he's the goldfish.
You know, given that J.K. Rowling hates trans people, I don't actually particularly, but it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. Turfs are bullshit, but you know, it's fine. I don't give a fuck what Snape likes.
Yeah, kind of neither do I. Even after that whole thing, I'm
Snape
still...
is a friend zone crying whatever shit. Snape is a very unhealthy depiction of love, though.
Yes. Yes.
Snape won't take 10 points from Slytherin.
Yeah, also that! Snape literally wouldn't take 10 points from Slytherin.
He would take 10 points from Gryffindor. Just because.
5 more points for calling him out.
It's fine. I'm too old to give a shit what teachers think anyway.
Wait, did I seriously not get all the pigeons? Interesting. I think I do remember last time, Heck saying they are are like very Harry Potter knowledgeable. That's interesting.
What I know is that
Where was the last pigeon?
Harry was supposed to be between Gryffindor and Slytherin and chose Gryffindor. And what was it? I was like 80-something% Slytherin, I think, aligning. And like maybe 10 points below that of 10 or 20 points below that of Gryffindor. And another 10 points below Gryffindor of Ravenclaw. And then I was like 20% aligning with Hufflepuff or something. So,
Sounds about right.
all in all, what this means is that between me and Sharky, we have one whole person. We're very balanced.
I'm a person?
I think this is why, no, you make half a person with me, another half person. Therefore, together we are one person.
Is this why we somehow work so well?
Supposedly. Are you saying we work well?
I mean, we seem to balance out pretty well at times.
We balance out well, but you know.
Come on, go through the gates. Yeah, you win!
You did it.
Now I have to find the secret.
A winner is you.
A winner is me's. Where's the secret? Heck, tell me where all the secrets are.
The Chamber of Secrets?
Tell me how to get into the room of requirements.
Okay, I finished my Animal Crossing. Back and get more wine, and then I'll just be sitting here chilling with wine.
Oh, it's what you normally do.
Yep. Exactly. Because wine is great.
Sorry, I don't have any.
Well, that's a you problem.
Where is this? Where is thingy? So what else is new, Heck? Haven't done anything fun recently? Other than, I guess, veganism? Okay there, Yosemite Sam.
Having a crime problem here in Metro Speedway, but I think you might be able to help.
Okay, so what I missed?
I'm talking to Yosemite Sam.
My re-election funds by scaling the
Oh, you know, looking at
Feeling contemplating life.
Great. Hunter.
Uh-huh.
That sounds like a common occurrence, but also like something I don't like to do. Because the more I contemplate life, the more I'll have existential crises.
Didn't we go over about existential crises earlier?
We're already past that conversation topic, you know?
See, I haven't had too many existential crises lately, other than just imposter syndrome.
I've gone past existential crisis to just calmly being a nihilist.
The only crises I've had is just the insane sense of imposter syndrome every 5 minutes.
You know, I don't experience such strong imposter syndrome as any time somebody compliments me on something and I go, what the fuck, why?
Maybe this is where the vegan thing came from. A crisis. Hey, that's possible.
I mean, if you're vegan because of a crisis, that's a you decision.
Yeah.
But if you're happy being vegan, it's fine, right?
Yeah. Very fine.
As long as you're happy with it.
Mhm.
So if it's going well, it's going well.
As long as you're
Whether it came from an existential crisis or not.
As long as you're happy and you nod and you clap your hands.
I mean,
Legend has it that
'cause,
there's a portal to Zephyr
like,
here.
the vegan stereotypes
Thanks for
only apply to people who are like really who act really morally superior about it.
Oh.
And I have known one like that.
Oh yeah, he was a terrible
And
person.
so I call him vegan douche.
Yeah, he was.
Not because being vegan makes him a douche, but just because he's a douche who happens to be vegan.
Also, wasn't he only like a social vegan or some garbage like that?
That was he went through a lot of phases, including phases in which he was willing to consume non-meat, non-vegan things if he was out with people. So like socially he could be
social vegetarian.
And otherwise be vegan.
But that's not how veganism works.
But he would like also brag about his cooking, which really wasn't that good.
Right.
As a result of being vegan. And then complain about how cooking takes so much time. And it's like, well, you made this decision, so find a way to make it work.
The
And he
cheesecake
also
story.
said, direct quote from him was, I think I'm more altruistic than most people, when the only thing he did was be vegan. He didn't do charity, he didn't care about human beings, he invited himself into my home, made a racist joke at me that was also bringing up my abusive ex at my expense. So like, as I said, he's vegan, but that's not the reason he's a douche. He's just a douche who happens to be vegan. I actually have no idea if he's still vegan because I haven't talked to the dude in years. Thank God, good riddance. But when I moved, I did have someone make a telling him how much I was gonna make. Like, normally I wouldn't brag about my income, but just to make someone that I hate feel shit about themselves, oh yeah, I will.
Slytherin.
I'm not ashamed. It means I am clever and ambitious. And I'm not sorry for having ambition.
This is why I am not in Slytherin. I have 0 ambition.
If I had no ambition, this channel wouldn't exist. So...
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one with 0 ambition.
Which is why I have to push you to do your side project. Because it would be good for you.
Would it though?
Yeah, it would.
I still stand by. Nobody really wants to hear me, like...
I'm not talking about what other people may or may not want. I'm talking about what's good for you.
Is anything really good for me?
Hmm?
I say, is anything
Yes.
really good for me?
Yes.
Like what?
Like doing your side project. But yeah, when I first took the Pottermore thing, I think I had been under the impression, or like I had thought that I was more of a Ravenclaw, but then I realized, oh right, I went through a few years already by that point of being a woman in tech. So yeah, no, I'm Slytherin. I'm Slytherin at this point. Absolutely. Not a question.
I'm still like, am I that Hufflepuff though?
Yes.
I don't fully remember Hufflepuff's defining value other than being the one J.K. Rowling just doesn't care about and doesn't talk about.
Well, you know, Hufflepuff she doesn't care about, and Slytherin she hates as being racist. Because apparently if you're ambitious, you're a bad person.
And then Ravenclaw is just, you are smart.
Yep, and that's why the Asian is there. So about that racism, because she couldn't be satisfied with just turf. In fact, that preceded her turf days.
Wow! What an explosion!
Yes. Guess what? Yes, I am Hufflepuff, or yes, Hufflepuffs are just the other ones.
I mean, the summary of Hufflepuff is that you're nice and accepting and, well, I guess more that you don't reject people. But generally speaking, it's something about being nice and not fitting into any of the other three.
Yeah, one of its defining characteristics is you are somebody who is not one of the other people.
I would love to know what a cowardly asshole who's not very nerdy is. Are they still Hufflepuff? Like a cowardly asshole who's muggle-born and not particularly into, like, academia.
Well, you can be, Muggle-born and still be in Slytherin. Or at least half.
You can be at least half. I don't know that Slytherin would accept any pure, like, straight Muggle-born. But if they're cowardly, they shouldn't be in Gryffindor.
Yeah, because they're not brave
they're
of
not
heart.
academic, they're not gonna be Ravenclaw. Like, if they don't fit into any of the three houses, but are also an asshole, will they still be...
They're a
put in
Dursley.
Hufflepuff?
They're just a Dursley.
Oh, so they're actually just muggles.
Wormtail, though. Yeah, Wormtail was a coward.
True.
And he was still in Gryffindor. That is true.
That's true. I don't know. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, Gryffindor certainly is asshole. Like Harry Potter.
What light from yonder window?
Oh, right. They do Romeo and Juliet in this. I forgot about that. This game is weird.
Heck is laughing, and I don't know what he's laughing.
Either you or Romeo and Juliet being a worm and a bird.
Oh, so Romeo is Wormtail.
But Wormtail was a rat, not a worm. I still
Sure.
don't understand why his name was Wormtail.
Because if you look at a rat's tail, it looks kind of like a worm, I guess. Which is not a thing I had ever thought about just this moment.
Like,
And because he's cowardly.
like I get the other ones.
He is cowardly and slippery. So that would be my guess. Like, worms slip away into the ground, and that's kind of a cowardly thing, is just like go around. So I had always kind of assumed it was because of that. But on a more literal note, I think, like, at least if you... Every cartoon rat, because I only have looked at so many real rats and I don't remember very clearly. But, I mean, any cartoon rat, usually the tail is also kind of worm-looking, because it's got, like, the rings and stuff. Actually, now, because you're playing, I'm free.
Yes,
to go
please
look
be.
this up.
Please let me
I'm
not be
looking
the sole
pictures of
Googler.
Pictures of rats.
I am like usually the sole Googler in every situation.
Here's a little something for...
Yeah.
Like it's not just with you. Like even when I'm with like my tabletop group, like we'll do stuff and like I'll be the one Googling all this information and they're just like, oh okay.
You know
And
what
I'm-
I just found out?
What?
So one, yes, rat tails look kind of like worms, but two, if you search rat tail, it's apparently a hairstyle, and it's not a very appealing one.
Put a pipe in it, Sharky. Ow. I think of rat.
Putting the pipe in? And what's in the pipe? Is it weed?
Whenever I hear rat tail, I just think of Final Fantasy actually.
Oh?
Because in the first Final Fantasy, and in a few of them, is it drugs? In the first Final Fantasy and a few more, like, World of Final Adorables, there is an item called the Rat's Tail. In the original Final Fantasy, what that does is you collect the Rat's Tail, and then you go to Bahamut, and he will fully upgrade all of your party to change classes.
I have no memory of this, but
I've never succeeded in getting it, but I know it's a thing because I know too much about video games.
So about that side project.
Should I just say the name at this point?
You should say the name along with a big reveal.
But that's not for like ever.
Well, you better get on it then.
I'm not jumping on it.
I didn't say jump on it, I said get on it.
Didn't I just say I have zero ambition?
Yeah, that's why I said that I have to keep bugging you to do it. Which is what I'm doing now.
No, there's no drugs.
But do you wish there were drugs?
I'm not, no?
Right, because you're not druggy. You're Sharky Kid.
I personally don't have an interest in drugs. Not to say they're bad or anything, I just don't have an interest in
Wasn't
them.
it our friend who said that you're drunk? Not naturally high. Or was it naturally high?
No, I was naturally drunk and have a high drug alcohol level. Like my body just naturally produces alcohol. That's what it was. Because of all my I miss my edibles. Hey!
I mean, it's illegal here, right? Or, yeah. It's legal here.
Is it
I
legal?
think it's legal where you are, and it's, I believe, legal in Seattle.
It's not legal where I am.
Well, good thing you don't use them then. And that green gem thing and the gold
The
circle
orb? The
thing.
orb.
Yes, the orb. Just, I don't know why. I mean, I kind of know why, but not exactly. But for some reason, it's reminding me of the, what's it? The Coral Emerald? From Zelda. And so each time you get it, I just want to go, da-na-na-na.
It reminds you of what?
No, Kokiri Emerald.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I said that wrong because I was, I think, thinking of the Japanese word for heart. I don't know.
Well, it's Goron Ruby.
Yeah. Nora Sapphire, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But the orb, because it's green.
Mm-hmm.
And
Green
has,
and
like,
gold.
around it.
Yeah,
Just
green.
reminds me of the Kokiri Emerald, even though it's completely different.
Yeah, it's not like it's not the
It's
same
not a
shape.
little- It's not a little spiral thing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it just reminds me of the Kokiri Emerald.
I mean that's fair. Gosh
And
dang
so
it,
every
bird!
time I get one, I'm just like, da-na-na-na.
Get down here, bird! So I can murder you!
Burb says no. No. Where is it getting all these missiles from, though?
The military industrial complex?
I thought you said that was a different game.
I mean,
How far are you into this game, anyway?
so there are 3 main hub worlds.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is incredibly short. Overall percentage of 50%. How do I... Why aren't you going higher? Get high, cows!
So you want the cows to have the edibles?
What happened?
I mean, they are consuming grass.
So what would happen if a cow had an edible?
Well, my understanding is that edibles are supposed to be more potent than smoking. So... But they're also, like, larger than humans, right?
Yes.
So they might need the higher strength. Also, I have no idea if cow biology would interact with weed the same way.
That is an interesting question that I have no caring to actually try out. Just how? Okay, that's not how physics work. No interest in trying out. Just interesting question. How do cows and drugs interact with each other?
I would hope that you're not going to try out giving cows edibles.
Physics. Physics are things that happen that are just making me go, why? Cow, get out of the wall!
Well, I am impressed. You got all 7 cowlicks for me.
And yes, that is Wormbo Peep. Da-da-da-da, just cause you said it.
Thank you.
Man, I haven't played as Zelda in a very long time.
Complete everything in Breath of...
Ha! No, I'm not getting the golden poop. That is not worth my time. I mean, in all fair...
I'm like, when is Breath of the Wild 2 coming out?
We don't know because they're working on it because all we have was that one trailer and that's the only information we get. Probably in another like year or two. I mean, in all honesty, like I wasn't the biggest. Like Breath of the Wild was okay for me.
Oh right, you don't like open world games.
I'm not the biggest fan of open world games.
15.
Look, and I like Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, well, okay. So here's my thing. As I said, I do not like open world games. If I do not have a direct goal, I get bored very quickly. So, like, I beat all the dungeons. Cool. I beat the final boss. I had gotten the Master Sword. I had gotten full stamina. I had gotten a lot of hearts. Finding the last of the shrines wasn't really worth the time in my opinion. Because at that point, there's nothing to work towards.
And maybe this goes along with your non-ambitious, non-Slytherin, is that you have to set your own goals. You have to set your own things that you want to accomplish.
Yeah, and
It
that...
doesn't have to be the main story, but you have to set your own goals. So like me, I have goals in Breath of the Wild, and none of them have to do with completing the story. In fact, I actively avoid completing the main story. So much that my roommate got annoyed at me.
Oh, really?
I beat one of the, so there's the, what's it called? Those 4 divine beasts, right?
Yeah.
I defeated one of the divine beasts.
Oh,
and
which
then it
one?
to go talk to the Zora King.
Ah,
I defeated the divine beast and I just went off. And I didn't bother talking to him because I didn't actually want to complete the quest.
What was the name that I had gotten from somebody I watch? I watched somebody play part of Breath of the Wild, and I think the name was Va Snoot Snoot. There's also Iki. Geico. And I didn't have there was really no clever name for the camel. And like I love 15 a lot. So much so that I flip and beat it again recently.
Good job.
I still need to like do a few more quests, level up a little bit, do the DLC on it and stuff like that. And then I also need to work towards beating the super boss that they added in the Royal Edition, which is going to be a huge pain.
Alright. There's Royal Edition. I have not done Royal Edition things.
So the biggest problem that I have with Royal Edition is that obviously they expect you to play through the game again if you've played through it once, because at least if you're going for trophy hunting, because there is a trophy for getting know those like books and stuff they have lying around?
The cosmology.
You needed to get
Sorry.
you needed to get
Not cosmology.
Cosmology was one section of it.
Yeah, I'm mixing up all my words because it's not cosmology, it's cosmogony.
Oh,
Because
was it?
in my mind, I went for cosmetology, which is completely different.
But you needed to get they laid out like a bunch of reports and all these like other things. They added more in the Royal Edition, and you needed to get 80% of those, and a bunch of them were in the 13th chapter, the one that like super linear, and you can't go back there.
I mean, if you've beat it once before, you can do chapter select, so...
Oh, but that wipes it out completely.
Oh, right.
Wipes progress on that. So you can't do chapter select.
Well, you can start from chapter 8, I guess. Because then you have access to most of Eos.
Yeah.
And then play through from there.
And so, like, I don't even have that trophy yet, because to get the 80% mark, I have to start doing the,
Wait, does it really not count if you've read it in previous chapters? Or, like, previous chapters, like, files? Or not files, but, like...
If you do
chapter select, it doesn't count the ones you've read before?
No, it wipes out.
Oh my god.
It wipes out that section.
I don't like how they made chapter select.
No, they made chapter select pretty bad.
Well, I mean, I think I told you about it.
Yeah,
chapter
I remember.
Select, when I was, like, really tired, is the reason I opened my game and all my progress.
Yep.
So I have to basically play the game over from scratch.
Yeah.
Not from scratch, but, like, I lost all I had, and I could not get
I think, like, the only thing you kept was, like, your levels.
You keep levels and items, but not the weapon upgrades.
Oh, that is so dumb. Oh, because, right, weapon upgrades
Well, 'cause
are
they're side
quests.
quests.
Yeah.
So if it resets all the side quests, that means they have to reset all of the upgradable weapons.
Yep, and those are a pain to get at times.
I forget if I got to keep those weapons or if I had to find them all from scratch again.
I think
I might have gotten to keep them.
I feel like you got to keep them, they just de-upgraded.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Which still sucks.
Which still super sucks.
Yep. That was one of the main reasons. I was just like, don't really feel like
So,
going
like-
through this again. Not to mention, like, you had to land the plane for me.
Yes, no, I had to flip and land the plane for you.
Which clearly, we live in different cities now. I can't ask you to do that again. So I would just have to sit there and struggle with it.
Well, no, technically we could.
have to do...
Technically, we could. The PlayStation has a way so that we can share controllers over the internet.
That aside, I also like those hidden like secret dungeons within the dungeon.
Yeah, that's
in the
the
post
part.
game.
Yep.
I had finished, I think.
All but one. All but the
Yeah,
last one.
all
which,
but the last one, I think.
Which is like you can't
And
use items.
all of that is gone.
So the reason why I don't have the achievement yet for getting 80% is there's a bunch of monuments in those dungeons, and I after beating the final boss, I haven't gone back to like start unlocking those dungeons.
I'm also still mad at the story because I'm never gonna get over it.
Oh no, and I don't blame you.
Like, it has such good potential, but
Heck, we stayed up how long talking about the intelligence of the enemies?
I know. And I still really love the game, but I don't know if I can put myself through the game all over again.
That's fair.
It's not a short enough game for me to completely replay, because, I mean, before I did that, I had over 200 hours in it.
Yeah, crap. How
And now
long?
I have a full-time job.
Yeah, and that was...
One of those inner dungeons took me like 8 hours.
Oh, the last dungeon took me
I
like...
can't do that again.
The last dungeon, I remember, took me an extremely long time. Because...
I don't remember. Is it that you can't use items in the secret dungeon? I thought you
No,
could,
there is...
but you can't save.
No, the final secret dungeon, you cannot use items.
Oh no, that one, yes.
The final one, you cannot use any items in it.
I remember that, and now I am playing... Well, now my roommate and I are together playing hard mode on Final Fantasy VII, which is basically that. Although Final Fantasy VII at least has like real spells and stuff, not the creating potion spell things. That was weird.
It's also like, so I was using it a bit more on my last playthrough, because
I mean, you can do different effects, and that's
you can do
nice.
a lot of flipping effects, and it's kind of broken. Like, it's kind of broken weighted towards you.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, the only thing is that you have to keep refilling your energy things to different. But, like, well, and friendly fire, but there's items to turn.
but like there was like a thing that I found that like they're like, yeah, in under a few hours, if you just do this like certain route, you can get enough items in order to make spells that were like, oh, if you do this spell, you get like a massive, like a super massive EXP boost and get like 50 levels in one go. And I'm like, really? Really?
50 levels from where? From what starting level?
I don't. Well, I mean, it goes up to 125 now.
Yeah, I know.
But obviously, it's not going to be like the level 100 to 125 because that's like 30 million
That's
experience.
A crazy amount.
But there are apparently very easy ways to get that 30 million. Which is also another reason why I'm like, I barely got to level 99 because I didn't put in enough time to grind. I don't want to get 30 million experience.
Heck is saying 30 mils, but that just makes me think 30 milliliters. So.
Oh, I thought I was
a lot less.
I was thinking like 30. What should we call it? Like actual mills, like the building.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times in like cooking and stuff, I feel like, well, maybe less cooking and more bartending. People say mils is short for milliliters. So
Interesting. Ah, crap, I messed up, I think.
I mean, sometimes it's in cooking if you are looking at a recipe that's not American. Since American is stupid.
But I just find it we both were like, ah, yes, this, ah, yes, this. Probably not.
I mean, I know what heck meant, it's just that's not how I want to read it.
Yeah.
Language.
So yeah, and like, I also kind of am like, I don't, like, as much as I found the multiplayer fun, and as much as you can do it, the multiplayer single player, I don't want to put in that effort.
Okay. The multiplayer is... It's not designed for you to play with your... It's not designed for you to play with...
With what? You're cutting out when you...
It is not designed for you to play with the same friends over and over.
No, it's not. It's meant to play random.
It's designed for you to play with strangers.
Yeah.
And I have no interest in playing with strangers. I just want to play with them. So,
Yeah.
like, it's designed for the crowds that play, like, Call of Duty and stuff, I feel. And I am not the kind of player that's their target. And that's fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
You want that flag, eh?
Purple Dragon has yellow stripes for a sec.
Oh, do you play Call of Duty?
I mean, if you have fun with that, that's fine.
Oh,
Not for me, but it's fine for other people who
when
are.
when I was younger, I played Call of Duty quite often. I mean, Call of Duty was probably one of the few things that me and my brother were able to play together. So it was a very, like, me and my brother getting along and playing games together type thing.
What's that like?
I wouldn't know anymore. Because I don't talk to my family, really.
You say that, but I honestly don't remember. So which of us is more distant from their family?
Apparently it was my mother's birthday last Saturday.
Okay, to be fair, I do send my parents gifts.
One, did not even know it was my mother's birthday until, like, the day before.
Wow, my parents always used to quiz me if I knew their birthday.
Nope.
They asked me, like, quiz questions along alternate name.
I didn't go see my family because, you know, pandemic!
Uh-huh.
And, forgot to call. Not like I wanted to call.
Oh well.
Yeah, I remembered, like, the day. I remember.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I hear good things about Apex. It's not my type of game, personally, but I hear good things. Depending on which Star Wars Battlefront 2, I've heard good things and bad things. I don't know if they fixed the bad things in the new one. Never really followed it. I played the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. Back when I was a small child.
So, 5 minutes.
I don't own it anymore on modern on like an actual non-handheld
5 minutes
console.
from now.
Okay, the only console I own it on is like the PSP, and that's a very bad port of the game.
I'm just saying, you said back when you were a small child.
I'm not fully a small child 24/7.
You won't.
Yeah, that's what I said 5 minutes ago.
So is it new Star Wars Battlefront or old Star Wars Battlefront? That's my question. Because I think there's still people playing old Star Wars Battlefront on PC at least.
That sounds about right.
I think they also updated the servers on the old one, so it uses Steam servers. So like you could actually play online, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I remember renting it on the old one on PS2, and having a blast with it. And owning the PSP game, and I was very sad because it wasn't that good.
Great job, Agent Spyro. How can we repay you for your efforts?
I never played the old one on PC. The only Star Wars game I played on PC was, Knights of the Old Republic 2. Which, I really like Knights of the Old Republic. It's a fun game. And this is also coming from somebody who doesn't really like Star Wars at all.
Mm-hmm.
Another controversial opinion of mine.
Yep.
I have quite a few.
You know, I feel like the more controversial is that you don't seem to particularly be into
Into what?
Star Trek. Or are
I've never seen Star
COVID
Trek.
ruined any vacations. COVID ruined all
Everything for you.
plans. It ruined my conference plans, and it ruined my friends' plans. So, along with my friend's wedding and the conference I was supposed to go volunteer at, I was also planning to take a vacation back to visit the area where Sharky
Yeah,
live streaming together,
yeah, we could have been streaming together.
and now we're not. Now we continue to stream at separate locations, and in fact more so than we did before since we added the community stream.
To answer your questions, I've never seen Star Trek a day in my life. Any of it.
Yeah, I feel like usually the big divide Star Trek versus Star Wars. Not completely sure why.
I am a Stargate person.
I watched one episode of that with your roommate and went, this seems kind of racist.
Oh yeah, looking back it was.
It was like the first episode or something, and it seemed very racist.
Yeah.
So I had zero interest in watching further.
I don't
I don't have
take...
anything particularly against Star Trek, but it's not the most interesting to me. And Star Wars is fine. I'm not a super fan, but I like it, I guess. Although I mostly only remember the new ones, because I don't think I was old enough to really remember the old.
I was gonna say, I don't
Either.
take vacations, so didn't ruin anything.
You were supposed to come to the conference with me.
I don't take vacations, so like didn't ruin anything.
That wasn't gonna be a vacation anyway. We would have been working through it because we were wrong.
But I've mentioned this before. I grew up with Star Wars, and like I grew up watching the original trilogy. I grew up. I literally went to go see the prequel, episode 3 when it was in theaters, with my uncle, who's a massive Star Wars fan. I just don't care. Like,
Thank you for...
space, like, it's not that interesting to me. Like, it's just not.
I think that I am more interested, I think, in Star Wars, like, lore and...
Yeah, but then they retcon like 90% of the lore into not existing.
No. Lore in the sense of... How do I put it? Lore of Star Wars as an allegory for Nazism and fascism. That's what I'm into. Which means I don't actually care about watching it myself, per se, or really particularly consuming the
But
media.
Kylo Ren is hot, so he should be a good
But I
guy.
am interested in people who are discussing Star Wars as an allegory for fascism.
But Kylo Ren's hot, so he should be a good guy.
You know what Kylo Ren is? Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Has it been long enough? Am I allowed to spoil it?
I don't even remember when the last movie came out.
I saw it in theaters in December, which I only remember was here when I watched it because he wanted to go watch it. And then we walked out of there. That was trash. That
Oh,
was
right, because then all three of us
hot
played a
trash.
game and you guys were like, we have opinions. And I'm like, what are your
Yeah.
opinions? And you're like,
It was so bad.
I watched episode 7 and was like, I think I'm good. Because I figured that they were going to make Kylo Ren a good guy. I'm like, okay, but like...
Yes and no. They tried to give him a semi-redemption arc. They did a really bad job. It's not
Something's...
truly a redemption arc exactly.
It's one moment that everyone said, look, he's good.
Also not exactly.
It's what it sounds like online.
Look, all I can say is episode 9's a fucking hot trash mess.
Or it's the best thing under the sun for
So
some people.
But it's again of like, I only care so much about Star Wars itself, but as an allegory for fascism, it's great. Because, the thing was, like, oh, there's, in the older ones, it was an allegory for, like, fascism and Nazism, right?
Yes.
And that Vader is basically, like, represents Nazism. Well, Kylo does not represent Nazism. He represents modern day neo-Nazi.
Yes.
That's interesting to me. That's where the interest lies. I don't actually care what happens in the movies beyond how it relates to this kind of discussion. Episode 9 is a hot flaming pile of shit though, so
Yeah, I'm hearing rumors that they're thinking about removing all 3 of the new movies from the Star Wars universe and acting like they never happened.
look, I think 7 was
Spyro, hello. I'm
fine.
having trouble with this door.
I rewatched Last Jedi recently, and I actually really liked it because
Well-
it had good messaging. A lot of people disagree on that.
Yes, it seems to be that if you like 5, or if you like 8, you hate 9, and if you like 9, you despise 8 from existing.
Well, okay, so 9 basically tries to retcon away a ton of things that happen in 8.
Yes.
Here's the thing: is that things in 8 happen for symbolic reasons. They happen for reasons that, like, they have meanings, and those meanings carry messages that are good. They are good messages. And if you are the kind of person who thinks Star Wars is like a message and allegory and stuff, as I do, it's great. It has a lot of good message about really good things. However, people hated Rose. Asian woman bad, I guess? I mean, there were other things, but like, a lot of it, I think, feels like excuses for woman hating. There's... Okay, I think Last Jedi has been out in long enough now.
It's been out like 3 or 4 years. It's been like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I can spoil the shit out of that. So, like, there's a point where Finn tries to basically, like, kamikaze it and tries to throw himself into essentially what would have been direct death. And Rose crashes into his thing to stop him. And she has a quote of, like, this is how we win. Not by fighting what we hate, but by protecting what we love.
Good quote.
That because they wanted Finn to have his great sacrificial moment. Hero feel like she took it away from him to become a hero. But here's the thing: being a hero isn't just being a martyr, and they refuse to accept that.
What? Murder hobos? I mean, there's also the whole thing that I constantly hear about, like, they ruined the character of Luke and everything, and then it's people are like,
Luke is supposed to be human.
exactly.
You know what humans are? Flawed.
But also, like, I remember seeing stuff of people.
Kill hero worship.
Yeah, it's basically that. Like, everyone's always like, oh my gosh, like, Luke, like, he's this amazing, like, strong person, like, he'll save the world, and Luke's just like, nope. Not my job.
I think, well, one, I think he redeems himself.
Yeah.
Because it's a character arc. You can't develop a character that's already arced. He has an arc, and that's good. That's a good thing. It's, again, with the messaging, a statement that even if you have fucked up in the, you can go back and make up for it and do the right thing later. Even if you feel so guilty and you feel that the best thing is to just remove yourself, you don't have to remove yourself, because sometimes they need you, and that you have to get over your guilt of what you did wrong in order to step up to do what is right. That's a good message!
But, like, Luke is supposed to be the perfect hero.
But he turns it around and does the right thing. At his cost.
Wow. Ow.
Look, they wanted the black guy to murder himself, they didn't want...
Yeah. I mean, personally also, like, just not, like, I just kind of somewhat try to stay away from, like, fandoms that take itself super duper duper seriously at all times. Star Wars takes itself super flippin' serious at all times.
I mean, like...
And
there's media, and then there's the fandoms.
Yes.
Right? So which one are you talking about when you say? Because like My Little Pony is not necessarily a bad thing, right?
No, it's not.
Bronies. So that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
So which one are you talking about? Are you talking about Star Wars as its content, or are you talking about the fandom?
I mean, the content, like, you know how I am, right? Like, I flipping like Kingdom Hearts. I like the absurdity of it. I like stuff that doesn't fully take itself as a serious thing. So like, and the content of Star Wars, from what I remember, it's very serious, which is like, that's okay, and I don't
Aren't
mind.
there stupid jokes though?
I don't flipping remember.
Stupid jokes?
I don't remember any stupid jokes off the top of my head from Star Wars.
I feel like there have been stupid jokes in Star Wars. I mean, it's been turned into so many memes.
Yeah, but like anything can be turned into a meme.
True.
Like, it doesn't need to have stupid jokes to become a meme. It can, it existing, like...
True, but I feel like there are some things in Star Wars that are just, like, stupid and ridiculous. I mean, I don't know the movies or anything super well, but...
I mean, the prime example of stupid and ridiculous is Jar Jar Binks. He was the comedy relief, right? That was supposed to be in that episode, and
I guess I have, again, very little memory of things.
he
Anyway.
wasn't really that funny.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that we don't find.
That is true. I have people constantly telling me that I need to watch Office and Futurama and South Park and this and that, and I'm like, no thank you.
There's a lot of stuff out there that people think is funny that I don't.
Also, sorry we're in a weird conversation, Heck.
Is Heck even watching anymore? It says...
Oh, I don't even... Well, it might be, like, lurking enough that, it's not counting, because that sometimes happens.
I don't know.
That does sometimes happen.
If you completely disagree with me, Heck, I'm not that sorry, but like a little bit sorry. But I stand by my beliefs.
I mean, it's to each their own, right? Like,
Yeah.
you like what you like, and the other person will like what the other person likes.
Yeah. I mean, sort of.
Unless the thing is objectively terrible, then you can be like,
I think there are some things that's a little bit less to each their own. Like, if you're cheering on cops murdering people,
yes.
that's not a to each their own thing. That's not difference of opinion. Yeah, you take that personally. If I remove you over that kind of shit, take it personally, because you're a bad person.
I saw, what was it? I saw today, it was another article about, the game Cyberpunk 2077, right? Which I have zero interest playing, personally.
It looked maybe interesting, but I just remember it being transphobic.
Well, so the article was basically, like, I only skimmed it slightly, like, I didn't read it fully in depth, but it sounded like it was saying, like, no, Cyberpunk 27 is art, it is not political. Which obviously...
That's the kind of shit that makes me understand that people have no
Hey, Spyro.
is.
Well, there were...
Art is inherently political. It always reflects your own beliefs.
Well, there was also people being like, hey, you guys do realize that, like, the cyberpunk genre is
Sci-fi is political all the time.
is extremely political.
It tends to be political, especially because sci-fi is generally about dystopias.
Yes.
What is dystopian?
Well, according to my roommate, sci-fi is inherently just about space, but...
So your roommate.
I don't know if you said anything because you were cut out.
Hmm?
All I heard was...
No, your roommate.
Yeah, my roommate. Because that was during the discussion where he was like, because I was like, personally, I don't, like, I don't care about, like, that SpaceX launch that happened, like, because I don't care about SpaceX. And he's like, well, you should care because of space, and he's like, I really like it, and I really like sci-fi, and all, and the hope it brings. And the hope it brings, and, like, we need a little hope and all this stuff, and I'm like...
Hope from? What are we seeking hope from?
Well, part of me was like... When... Sci-fi isn't just about hope.
Well...
Sci-fi is about a lot of
I'm a big
things.
Star Trek fan.
What?
I'm a big Star Trek fan as well.
I never...
remember right.
I think he
liked
I
both
think...
Star Trek and Stargate. I think he liked both of those a lot.
I think he's a fan, but, like, I never hear him talk about it, so, like, I honestly forget.
I feel like he talked about it sometimes.
Like, I feel like I've heard him watching it before, and I'm just like, oh yeah, Star Trek exists.
And, I mean... There's the Star Wars versus Star Trek discourse, in which Star Trek people play morally superior, because it's not about wars, it's about exploration.
Yeah, but also, like, I'm constantly seeing, like, stuff from Star Trek that is super left-wing.
Well, yeah, I mean, weren't they the first to have, like, an interracial coupler?
They also had episodes about abortion.
Yeah. I mean, look. You can't make things that are completely apolitical.
Yes.
Because politics, at its core, is about our lives.
Yes.
So, like, if you make... Say you have something about someone falling sick and being hospitalized. In the US, that's certainly political.
Yes.
Because then the entirety of Breaking Bad was about how he couldn't afford cancer treatment. Is that right? He goes into, like...
Well, no, he can't...
drug dealing because he can't afford treatment for
no,
something?
No, that's not full... It's, part of it is, he can't afford treatment, but his main motivation to going into drug dealing is so that his family will... Because he has a baby on the way, his family has enough money to be able to survive while his wife is taking care of the 2 kids after he dies.
Yeah, that's political.
So he was like, I need to raise $700,000 because that's what I estimate they need, so that, like, both kids can go to college and all this stuff.
Oh, living in their lives.
Yeah.
They can't easily make a living.
And
That's
so
political.
and so, like, as he's going on, he's trying to just get enough money, and then, like, obviously he has to do treatment, so that takes away from money and all this stuff, and he's constantly like, I need more so that when I eventually die from this cancer, they'll be fine. Yeah, that's very political, but people are just like, he's cool.
People may not call it political, it's not generally a political thing, but that has inherently a statement about politics, because it's a statement about our world and the society we live in.
That he has to
And
go into drug
this
dealing
guy's
while also
world
teaching.
is not being able to afford like treatment and worries that his family won't be taken care of once he's dead. Which is those are huge political topics.
Mhm.
Even if it doesn't directly discuss politics, like, that's political. In a world with universal basic income, that wouldn't be an issue.
No.
At least not amount or degree of an issue. And that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like...
Anyway, it's almost 10 over here, and even...
Oh, holy crap.
So, just as a heads up, because
Yeah.
I have not had dinner.
I'm gonna... I was basically gonna be ending it. I was gonna be ending it soon. I was just trying to see if I could find the last ones, which I couldn't, so I'll just go.
You can do it next time.
Yeah. I mean, I have to go back...
Personally, I'm, like, starving.
No, I understand.
I wasn't feeling that hungry. I feel like I'm not feeling hunger pains. But it did just occur to me. I'm starting to get, like, slightly dizzy or something from not having eaten. So I should probably go eat.
Yeah, you should probably go eat. That would be a good thing. I also should probably go to bed.
You probably should, considering you were so tired.
Yeah, well, see you on Sunday. Bye.
Yep, we'll be back. Bye, everyone. Bye, Heck, if you're still there.
Yeah, bye.